What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down this router from Cortland Sutton. We're going to be talking about how to run a blaze out, okay? So what is a blaze out? It's when you take those 3 steps at the top of the break to get you out of this thing. Some people call it a post out. We're going to be talking about just how you guys can run that route effectively. So I hope this video gives you guys some value, but also, fellas, a lot of the times you see during the season, because that's what we're approaching now, we're approaching the fall season, you see a lot of receivers start to lose speed. They start to lose explosiveness. They lose speed off the ball. They lose their physicality, all the above. But you got to be doing specific workouts to maintain the gains that you made in the offseason. If you want a full 4-week workout program to specifically do that, check out that very first link in the description for our in-season 28-day wide receiver gym training plan. So what it is, the schedule, all sets and repetitions, and all the specific exercises you need to do during the season as a wide receiver to maintain your speed, explosiveness, power, and strength. So I hope you guys can check that out. Very first link in the description. Upon purchase, you get access to 28 days worth of workouts. Hope you guys can check that out. Let's get started with this video. So this rider from Cortland Sutton, I'm sure everybody's seen this maybe at least once or maybe not, but this is going to be called a blaze out route, okay? So a blaze out is when you take these 3 steps right here where you go 1, 2, 3, and you're out of this break. It's essentially like the same kind of steps that you would take if you're running a comeback or if you're running a curl route like that break point, right? But now on the blaze out, it's very important that we try to eliminate, I would say, obviously as much time as possible, but steps are a little bit more so important on this, right? So now, when I come off of here, it's super important that when we're going into this post, we want to make everything look like a post, right? Blaze out, it's kind of off of a post stem. Some people refer to it as a post out. I would consider this more of a blaze out because it doesn't necessarily break hard to the post, but you got to make sure that we sell vertical, right? Everything about this has got to say fade to really try to get this DB to commit to the post. I got to have my shoulders and my hips committed to the break point. I got to be in stride. I actually have to be running fast, especially if you're a bigger receiver like Cortland Sutton. You're going to be able to sell vertical downfield, and if you could just get your pad level going, you could stay in stride. That's really going to get a DB to overcommit and want to drive on something, right? So now when I come off here and you see when he breaks to the post, what goes all the way to the post, right? Hips and shoulders are to the post. He's breaking this thing off right in stride, but now how you could change direction as a bigger receiver is you got to be smooth with your breaks. You got to be trying to create energy with the steps that you take and dropping your hips to be able to change direction, right? So you see when Sutton makes this break, he's obviously got a lot of speed to the post, and the only way you're able to change direction with speed is by dropping your hips violently and trying to create power with your legs. So you see how when he drops down, he's in a low explosive position. His chin is going to his knee the best he can, right? He's a tall guy, big guy, so obviously it's a little bit harder to change direction as some of these like maybe shorter receivers that you see, but being able to drop your chin down to your knee the best you can, keeping your chest going forward, this is an explosive position to where we can create energy. What a lot of receivers like to do is when they drop into a break, right, they'll hit this like trigger step right here where they drop down, is that their chest will go straight up in the air and they try to turn out of it. They try to open up their shoulder and they try to open up their hip to be able to get out of this break. You want to be able to get to this spot. You're creating energy by dropping your pad level, and that energy creation shoots you out of this break so you could accelerate and win the race back to the ball. It's all about getting to that explosive drop position, right? So now when he drops, he's got to be able to get his hips turned down this 90-degree angle, right? That's why this is such a tough break to do. So you see when he starts to take that second step, he starts to pivot that toe. That's what starts to open his hip around. Now, this is the step that has to be the most powerful step, and it's this hook step, right? So you want to snap, you want to pivot to get your hips turned, and then this hook step coming around is the step that's really going to force you to drive out. You see how his toes are pointed straight forward, shin angle's positive on a 45, so he could burst off of this thing, and that energy that he created because of his hip drop, because of his pad level, and because of his steps being powerful, or was what's able to get him to this spot where he's beating that DB to the ball. He's winning that race to the ball. This is a great overall routing from Cortland Sutton. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. This is a great job by running this blaze out, selling post, being fast, and then dropping down and creating energy to get himself out of this break and win the race back to the ball. All right, guys, we want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Always appreciate the feedback. Always appreciate the things you guys have to say. It really means a lot to me, and I definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, if you guys want a 4-week-long in-season wide receiver gym training schedule, all the exercises you need to do broken down to sets and reps designed specifically for wide receivers in season, very first link in the description below. Hope you guys can check that out. I'll see you guys next time.